how come everybody in the States smokes cigarettes? First of all, that's my first question. Everywhere I go, people lighting up butts. It smells like smoke. Something's up. Just an observation. Obviously, I'm over 2 on observations in Michigan. Maybe I'll put my glasses on. This is when you're really old, when you bring your glasses, even on stage, everywhere you go, you're like, I might need them. You never go without them. I'm getting old. Like, my hearing is almost gone, and hearing's the only disability where nobody has sympathy for you. So my wife goes to me all the, she'll be like, I'm going to the store. I go, what? She goes, I'm going to the store. What the fuck? You talk to Beethoven like that? Beethoven's still the only big deaf celebrity you can bring. What's the face for a few years, but now it's back to Beethoven. Back to Beethoven. That's the name of the show. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and you always tell when you're getting older by what time you start cursing during the day. Like if you're young, you don't curse till you see your friends in the middle of the afternoon, fuck, you know. And then when you get to be in your 30s, as you're walking into work, when you realize you're going to work, you're like, fuck. And then 40s, when you're in the shower and you realize the day ahead, you're like, fuck. At my age, when you get out of bed, you start to feel a little like injury, like fuck. And then when you're even older, as your eyes snap open and you realize you're alive, you're like, I don't know why I said that, but folks, what? First we'll talk about the big election. I mean, people are really in mourning. It's like, come on, you're Trump. We know what it's like with Trump. They're like last time. You know what I mean? It's like being a driver's ed instructor with a student where you're like, whoa, fuck, watch out, fuck, watch out, god damn it, fuck, Jesus Christ. Your stomach hurt, you're like, fuck. And then finally it's all you're like, oh, I thought we were gonna crash. That was pretty good. I took my glasses out for that one. But it is a weird system because some people are happy, some people are miserable. Like half the country every 4 years, we act like that means it works. Half and half is weird. That means it doesn't work. We should be at like 90% happy people every 4 years. This is a stupid system. You know, it's like if you go to the doctor and it's like, Doc, what am I on to this operation? He's like 5149. You're like, I don't want to have the operation. But we're like, no, this system's great. Obviously, it's not that great. For 4 years, half the population is murderously furious every 4 years. We're like, yeah, well, it's the best system out there. Is that right? Okay. I mean, it sounds unpatriotic, but England was right. This was a shitty idea. We had the perfect system in 1775. A system of government, a remote king. That's your best system. He's not there, but he's still the king. He doesn't know what the fuck you do. We did whatever we wanted. It took him 40 days to get over here, but we could use his name if Spain and Portugal stepped up to us. We're like, hey, King George might not like that. And we threw it all away for what? Stamps and tea. And when's the last time you had stamps or tea? Coffee and email, right? Yeah, look, I love this country, but I think we should sell. Now listen. A lot of the names out here, you know. Just knock down the Rockies, open concept. You know how they do those shows. Double sinks, Atlantic and Pacific. Nice backsplash of Grand Canyon. You know, I don't write this for my health. It's like, don't badger us. If we don't find it funny, we're not going to laugh. Because that's the rules of comedy. I don't know why I'm trying to change it at this late date, but... But here's the problem, folks. You know, the problem is, one of the problems, first of all, one of the reasons we're always in conflict with each other is because we're all on medications, but we're all on different medications. We're on different medications, so I'm supposed to hang out. You know, see, heroin addicts at a rave, you know what I'm saying? And and the other thing is, look, especially if you're young, because, you know, in the old days, it was out of sight, out of mind. You didn't have to hear from people after an election. If you're in the event, you just go, yeah, don't go to that bar. And maybe at Thanksgiving or Christmas you'd see people. But now you're in touch with people all day. Every day is Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I don't mean that in a good way. I'm saying fighting with their relatives every day. And anybody under 25, this is all irrelevant to them. Do you understand? They don't want to hear any of this. Means nothing to them. Election, all this stuff. And complaining about social media. They grew up. From the time they're little, they're raised on makeup tutorials and Drake lyrics. They have the values of Drake without the money. You know, the 8-year-old kids have spent their whole life trying to get bottle service at Chuck E. Cheese and 4 seats at Gymboree, you know. They've been on film more than Meryl Streep by the time they're 5. They shot more footage than Martin Scorsese. Every kid is like, okay, angle on the cat, close up on my brother sleeping on the couch. Drop the cat, he falls off, cut, print. Okay. In more locations, we're going into the kitchen and make fun of mom twerking for the next 20 minutes. Then if you saw my short film on Dad's New Balances, that was pretty good too, actually. Yeah, it's like everybody's just crazy now. That's the thing. Yeah. That's what social media did. You have like investment bankers with teardrop tattoos and nuns with nose rings. It's like the fall of Rome. The fall of Rome was like us. Rome was like us. They started out positive. Oh, Marcus Aurelius and aqueducts and this whole system of advance. And by the end, they're like, what do you want to do today? Let's watch a Christian covered in honey fight a wolf with a limp. I don't know. I still got it, kid. This is my last one. When somebody will say he still had it, and this will be the last one. I can call him kid, man. He's like, don't talk about the rest of this shit. Fair enough. I hear you. I honor you. What was I going to say? You like, oh, is that part of your act? No, you can see it by my eyes. What was I going to say? Here's one of the things that bothers me on socials is everybody, first of all, thinks they're intelligent now. Because here's what TikTok did, okay? TikTok made us know everything and nothing at the same time. We know it all because you scroll all day. The whole day is just, so you know it all, but it's like a surface version. So you have somebody, the Old Testament, they're like, yeah, don't start none if you don't want none. I'm like, well, that's technically the short version, but okay. Like Jane Eyre, mid. Hey, come on, that's just Anna Karenina, she's for the streets. I'm like, all right, there's always in it. Lady Macbeth would. Nobody asked me to smash Lady Macbeth. Now you're going too far. And the most important personalities are the worst, what used to be the worst personalities in person, which is people that like to start arguments. That used to be the asshole. But now they have the most followers, whoever starts the most shit, you know? The people that like to snitch, the people that interrupt. Snitches are all, everybody, you see little kids are like, I debated whether to post this private conversation with my grandmother, but she's been anti-trans once too often, and I think this proves it once too often. And even saying anti-trans, people are like, oh, you just said anti-trans. And trans, by the way, how about the fact that J.K. Rowling gets J.K. Rowling is canceled. I was like, cancel culture doesn't exist. J.K. Rowling's not invited to the Harry Potter anniversary parties. That's J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. That's like having a Christmas party and going, fuck is Santa doing here? Oh, that's what I was saying before. I was saying, everybody thinks everyone thinks they're of consequence, you know? Politically, that's why having an election is stupid. Everybody thinks they're in charge. You see people like, I demand the immediate withdrawal of all American support for Israel. You know? What do they think? The Joint Chiefs of Staff is like, hey, this guy Paul. You know what I mean? He's on his couch now, but you never know. He can get up. We're just self-important. We all are. People are like, I don't know who needs to hear this. I do. Nobody. And we're going to, so let's get over with it. Although unpopular opinion. Did you mean unpopulated? Because I think this is spelled, you know. Well, they're like, I'm leaving social media, and your loss will be felt by all of us. But in years to come, the sacrifice will be noted. And well, they're like, I'm taking a break from socials, and a well-deserved one. You've done a lot of important work over the years, and you need to recalibrate and come back stronger than ever. Yeah, everybody just think, you have to be political in showbiz to be relevant, or you're out. You know, Taylor Swift. My brother takes his daughter to Taylor Swift, drops her off, 14 years old. The whole concert's basically 14-year-old girls. Halfway through Taylor Swift show, it's fine. She starts chanting, have them all chant, fuck the patriarchy. Yeah, which is hypocritical, because after the show, all the girls run out to the parking lot. Hey, thanks for picking me up, Daddy. There's no patriarchy. Nobody be coming to her shows. Who do you think's right? She'd be having them chant, fuck the bus, if she was really being realistic. I know people like, where do you stand? Shut up. No way. I stand on the side of you, man. All right. Yeah, and now everybody, let's face it, nobody speaks on, we talk about ChatGPT, we are ChatGPT. Everybody speaks kind of this middle management, even little kids. You know, little kid, what do you want to be to grow up? They're like, a catalyst for change? I'm like, this is not. It's fear-based, I'll be honest with you. I'm not buying it. Because you have to be robotic to live in a robotic society. And we're robotic already. Everybody's like testosterone and Botox and titanium knees and micro needles and Ozempic. And you walk through airport security and the machines like, they think they're related to you. They're like, I know you from my life. I think you're on like my second cousin. I met you. I went through TSA, the TSA eye scan. My whole history is right there. You just go like that, they have your whole history. My friend goes, you made a mistake signing up for that. Now the government can do whatever they want to you. Who gives a fuck, first of all? Am I really? What are they gonna do, make me Jason Bourne? I wish. That would be my dream come true, to live Jason Bourne's life at this point. All he does is go to the best European cities, 5-star hotels, go to the landmark, kick the shit out of people, and leave. That's the plot of every Jason Bourne movie. They try to make it somewhat cerebral, so this is Matt Damon, he's like, hey, I don't just, make some dumb action movie, Matt Damon, So they have some fun facts where it's like, well, the Parthenon was the early government. And Matt's like, what do I do here? Well, you want the Parthenon? Yeah, and bite the guy's ear, kick him out of stairs. Oh my God. And even going to everything's saturated now. Everything's played out. Even saying everything's saturated is fucking played out and saturated. But you go to Italy. My wife, in the old days, if I told my friends I went to Italy, they're like, oh, what the fuck? And what was it like? Now you get pleasure. The whole point of going on these places is so people go, wow, what was that like? And you're like, the Mona Lisa, you have to see it in person. You know what I mean? They see one shitty picture in the magazine, and that was it. Now people have 500 Instagram, you see Mona Lisa like this, trying to watch it. Because that's the thing. You go to Europe, and nobody's impressed now. I said, went to Italy. Like, you went when? 2 weeks ago. Nah, you don't go this time of year. Nobody. What do you mean? Nah, that's tourists, all tourists there. Yeah, I'm actually not a native of Florence, by the way. I qualify as a tourist, I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, we rented a car. You don't rent a car, you take a fucking motorbike. And we went to this restaurant. Oh, you don't eat Italian food in Italy. That's a mistake. Amateur. Then you go to like churches. First of all, what's more ironic? You go to Italy, spend the whole time going. I spent my whole life trying not to go to church, get out of church. And then you go on vacation, spend thousands of dollars. What do you want to do today? Let's go to 4 churches. And then if they're having a mass, you feel like you got something, a bonus. We walked in the middle of mass, we stayed for the whole mass, so what we really got a deal. and you can't even enjoy like the painting, any of the art, the sculpture, because it's thousands of other people from all over the world, also in cargo shorts and fanny packs, just like you, taking pictures of their phones, you know, cracking jokes. Bob, this is you. He's got David in a headlock and shit, you know. I go, and that's the end of that. It's almost like ending my bits like this. I'm gonna go like this. People, what's that, sir? What? You know what? Let me say something. My mistake just now, I've been doing this 100 years. I think everybody's been like, what's that, sir? That was my mistake. I know better, and I still said, what was that? Instead of just letting what I do, let my eyes glaze like that, and just go on. I don't know what's wrong with me, but, you know, it was a step, kid, what can I say? I said that I'm talking again, but now I'm bonded. Well, we haven't bonded. Well, I bonded with you. You made a bond with me. So they say, thank you again, sir. Please don't, I mean, I'm not one of these crowd workers. I'm not one of these crowd workers. I don't think you people pay money to have me come up and ask you a bunch of questions. Am I right about that or wrong? That was a long walk back there, wasn't it? Let's get back to business. So we're talking about the world. So here's what happened. First of all, I'll say about a robot. Here's what happened. Right now, robots, nobody speaks from the heart, but also because you grow up on your phone, digitally, remote, literally remote. Nobody speaks because they don't know what to say. Nobody teaches personality in school. Nobody teaches the basics of humanity, and never have, by the way. Nobody teaches you in school they teach you like what math, science, but they never teach you real math and science. They don't teach you the basics of life, like in school, like teach you how to like math is what? If 2 railroad trains go 80 miles an hour, they still use that for little kids. Railroad trains. Teach math, make it life skills. Like what you're gonna have to face. Like if little Johnny goes out for drinks with his coworkers after work, how many drinks before he reveals something he probably shouldn't have? And how many hours before the entire office knows about it and he's in deep shit? Because drinks after work is more important than anything you're going to do during your workday, but you don't know that till you're like 28. You don't realize when you tell people, no, I'm not going out. They're like, okay, this piece of shit, he's dead. Nobody teaches you how to walk into a room, you know? We should be teaching kids in preschool. You know, what do? We shove kids into preschool and go make friends. And then the kids like, they fucking break down. They go, the kid must have social anxiety. No, they don't. You're not telling them like the truth, which is before they walk in, you go, hey, this is not your family anymore. This is the big leagues. This is society. So go in there and be fake. You know what I mean? Don't be yourself. You're not with your brothers and sisters. Don't show your real emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you should be telling these kids, the birds and bees, forget that. Just tell them before they leave the house, either you can count really high, or you better have a good goddamn personality. That's it. That's the only way to make money. Have your kid walk in first thing, just give them a couple of memorized phrases. It doesn't have to be rocket science, it shouldn't be. You know, just have them walk in and be like, you know, is it me or is this bus driver a little off? What was that about? I like this kid, yeah. It's just some story. It doesn't have to be real. Even just like, you know, when they're waving goodbye to mommy, the guy shuts the doors in my face. You don't do that. And then just start making your friends be like, see, you wouldn't do shit like that. Yeah. You get it. And then just start pointing people out like you know them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that guy. Give them nicknames. Nobody even teaches you. If you forget somebody's name, give them a nickname. Once again, how many enemies you could have avoided if you just give them a nickname instead of going, I forgot your name 5 times in a row, you know? Tell your kid, walk into class, be like, wild man, look at this guy. The wild man. Just like, the wild man. Nap girl, I know you're from Nap Town, right? How do you do it? I wasn't trying the entire time. She's just sleeping 2 minutes. keep looking at them like you're in the middle of a party, like, oh boy. Yeah. Overreaction is a big part of personality, you know what I mean? Like flirting. How do you flirt, right? How do you flirt? Nobody teaches kids how to flirt. You learn how to flirt, you have to procreate someday, so you just end up going, I don't know, like space. No, teach them how to flirt. Flirting is simple. Flirting is not flirting. That's what flirting is. Flirting is not flirting. It's acting like the other person is flirting with you. Whatever they say, you just take it the wrong way. That's flirting. However innocuous the statement is. They go, hello, you're like, hello, whoa, what's going on here? They're like, how you doing? You're like, oh, you are trouble. How am I doing? You are bad. I gotta keep away from you. You're gonna get me good. They're like, I just walked in here. Yeah, you did. Oh, yes, you did. And now some of you might be going, but that's gonna make our kids are gonna be fake. Yeah, fake and usually successful. And when they're 50, they can go to a top psychiatrist once a week and be like, I was never my authentic self. Nobody cares about your authentic self anyway, you know what I mean? Your authentic self, not even your best self. Ask who loves you most, and would rather I behaved the way, like, my real self? Would you rather I'm fake the way I am with people at work, like always dressed up and smiling and laughing and pretend to be in a good mood with them? Or the way I am with you, my authentic self, mildly depressed and emotionally unavailable and passive aggressive, and they'll say, let's never see the real you again as long as we live. Yeah, the real us. It's like and what is real us? By the way, are you real on social media or in person? Of course, you're realer on social media. That's the real you, because in person, you don't want to get the shit kicked out of you. So you're like, a little bit friendlier. On social media, it's like, fuck you. And everybody fucking that agrees with you piece of shit. Everybody talks tough on social media. And now everybody, the problem with social media is it's the ultimate democracy. Everybody's equal. But then you start realizing you don't want everybody. It's never going to be equal. Because now, if you have any authority, you lose all equality. Like teachers, they don't have equality. If a student curses out a teacher and wipes shit off their desk, what happens? They get suspended for 3 days. If a teacher does that to a student, they get fired. That's not equality. If a kid curses out a teacher should be allowed to be like, I fucking hate this class, I swear to God. I hope you all fail at life, I really do. You people are the fucking worst, I swear to God. Oh my God, and just wipe shit off the desk. Or I give you the wrong answers, by the way, every day, you little bastard. Yeah, there's no authority. People were saying, fuck Joe Biden. You can't say fuck the president in a society. It was like, no, that's free speech. That's insane. People curse out cops. In New York, people are like, fuck you, pussy. To the cops, you should be allowed to say that and not get the shit kicked out of you. Even the young guy, you're cursing out guys in their 20s going, fuck you, pussy. Even if you said that to a Walmart grader, you'd be like, what did you just say? Meet me over at Sports and Outdoor Living. You know, I mean, it's insane. Teachers should get at least one, you know, like the old, whatever the rules of the none rule, minus, take that down in half. Whatever violence nuns inflicted, you take it in half, and that should be just about right. And cops, you should use their phone for steps. If anyone makes them run over 3,000 steps, to chase after them, 3 punches to the side of their head. That's the ironic thing, is nobody has solutions to all our problems. You talk to any politician, they're like, yeah, I mean, I think it's unbelievable that we still have a problem with immigration. I love the fact that immigration is an issue. I don't even mind that it's an issue, but everybody acts like it's just became an issue. Then everybody gets up there and goes, this is outrageous. This system is unacceptable. It's like, okay, don't act impassionate about it. It's been happening for a little while. I don't know if you noticed. I'm gonna get the solution right now. Immigration, which is you give instead of making it import, export. So for every person, if we want laborers, we send out talkers. We have an excess of those. Pundits, politicians, comedians, podcasters, YouTubers, influencers. Send them over there. They probably need those. Yeah, nobody ever has solutions for things. I'll give you this, another solution. We just make homelessness, because homelessness is big. I haven't seen homeless people in this town, but, and they're not going to be in Detroit. I mean, sort of, you're going to have homeless people in Detroit. That's like, you know what I mean? It's sort of a contradiction. Yeah, I mean, they walk in town, they're like, oh, somebody beat us to it. But homelessness in New York is it's psychotic. And New York's the least of it. All over the country, it's 20 times worse than New York. At least in New York, you see homeless people, and I'm used to it for my whole life. And by the way, 6 months ago, I promise you this happened. Homeless guy's on the train, looking down, asking for money, knows giving money. Young guy, passes me, doesn't look at me. I give him $10. He goes, thanks. I knew you just played a dick on TV. He took my money and heckled me and recognized me. And the worst insult, I'm not some actor on TV shows. I've been on talk shows only. I play myself on TV. So it's not that like, oh, homeless are saints either. 20% of them are assholes too, Because like, oh, the homeless, some of them are pricks, just like any other fucking group, okay? That's what bothers me the most. We never teach that in school. That's the number one thing that if I ran the Department of Education, I would teach, because teachers teach like, bullying is bad. And every kid in class, when they're 5, 6 years old, like, oh, thank God, the teacher's bringing up the elephant in the room, and the kid's been bullying us this whole time. And then the teacher panics, because they'll lose their job if they tell the truth. They go, no, the concept of bullying is bad. They can't tell the truth and be like, bullying is bad, and in our class, it's that piece of shit little Timmy, whatever. So instead they have to go to the concept and ignore what everybody sees, and then the kids are like, oh, this is where we start to lie, Because nobody ever gets to say, this is what's going on in the world. Because there's one person that's going to ruin everything. I don't care if you're in a prison gang or the Order of Nuns or, a glee club. It doesn't matter. There's one person that just destroys shit. That's their intention. That's just who they are. It's in their soul. And here's why it's scary, and it's obviously said. It's deeper than any of us can. Because if that person at your job who's the toxic asshole gets fired or quits or leaves, somebody else who wasn't an asshole rises up and becomes a and it's all legal. That's why people go, we're a nation of laws. No, we're not. We have laws against murder and rape, good. But what about the people that come up behind you and tap you on the shoulder and you turn that way and you're over there? I'm not saying murder them or put them in prison, but maybe like a medically supervised, you break their finger. And you walk around with a bandage for a couple of months. And then people know, oh, that's one of those people that does that kind of shit. And it starts to drill in their head, like, oh, I'm getting exposed for being one of these assholes. Because there's people that think they're funny. I guess they think, I don't know if they're just trying to torture or they actually think they're fucking funny. The people that come up, give you their knees in back, you don't eat, and you go like that. When you're 11, that's funny, but when you're an adult, you can really get hurt from shit like that. That little maneuver can really fuck up your knees for life, you know what I mean? And you can't elbow them in the face, or else you're a psycho. If you'll elbow them in the face, you're an adult and you have to go like, cut the shit, man, seriously. God, you have to like smile and be like, fuck. Then 30 years later, you get some kind of internal, some disease because you didn't give an elbow to the face when I did that shit to you. Yeah, that's what I would like to do. I like to teach that. I like to teach personality because, I'm likable. Like, you know what I mean? All my life, really, I was always likable. I swear to God. And some people are like, I don't like you that much. Look, some people don't like me. I say that even though it's hard for me to believe, but it does exist. There's people that don't like me. But I'm like everybody else. When somebody doesn't like me, I'm like, man, that probably a fucking asshole. It's just survival mode. But nobody teaches, but like, here's the thing. Now that we're getting into that personality thing, because when AI takes over, right? Robots gonna take over all these jobs, but also taking over personality. And early robots, it'll be like the phone. You get used to using shit, and then suddenly you don't want it anymore. Like the phone right now is more, like the phone is more important than, there's no TV or movies. None of this shit matters. We still have award shows for TV and movies. Nobody does that. We go on the phone all the time. That should be the award show. Those are the celebrities that we all have in common. We don't know each other's TV show. Name some shows I watch. You're like, yeah, I heard about it. No, that should be at the phonies. You know? The award should be, those are our stars. And now the award for, you know, most stubborn guy to get dragged off a plane in the last 3 years. He comes out for his award. Thank you very much. I was right about Fauci. Get off me. You know, most beat up Waffle House waitress. You know, she comes out. I moved to day shift. I really did. This time I'm done. Most toxic Little League parents. And then you have the Lifetime Achievement Award. You bring out the kid from Charlie Bit My Finger 20 years later. Me and my brother have been estranged since that incident. Ain't got time for that lady, and the don't taste me bro guy, and you know. And then you just bring out the comment stars. People that comment people are stars. You know, the guy that comes out and be like, this is the guy that said that's why you old hoes can't keep a man 20 years in a row. The comments people are good. Like in the old days, it would be a friend that would never stop talking. Now they're online commenting all goddamn day, right? Because my cousin, who you're lucky wasn't here today, he's the guy that runs his mouth just all the time, no matter what's going on. He talks, even when he's not talking, he's waiting to talk. He just keeps looking at you, hoping you'll say something so you can say something. One time watching a movie, we were watching a movie at the, it was half on, about Armenian genocide or something. It was like a horrible thing. And halfway through he goes to me, I used to have the same tablecloth. Some little cabin and people are suffering, but he has to make sure I understand that he has the same. Which is infuriating on many levels. One is, there's only 5 designs of tablecloth that I've ever seen. This was the red checker, there's the white. It's not like there's 50 fucking tablecloth designs. One time watching Goodfellas, we get through the whole movie, barely doesn't say anything, but he ruins it because, you know, he's about to say something the whole time. He's just sitting there, but you know, you hear the wood burning, as they say. And finally, near the end, some scene has nothing to do with cooking, but in the background they're cooking, but it's like a dramatic scene. And he goes, see, I don't like sausage and peppers that much. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody asks you. Shut up. And I'm like, why would you fucking... And he goes, no, but I really don't. Like, he thought I was questioning that he might not be telling the truth, and he really does like sausage and peppers. He's like, no, I really don't. I didn't believe you. But that's social media. Nobody asks you, nobody gives a shit. But we'll have that one sausage and pepper moment that we want to make sure people hear before we die. We'll have the one statement that makes you, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And for him it was, I guess it was that one. I don't know, he's got 50. But these are the personalities that are gone now. They've taken over, like robots are gonna take us over completely, but they already took it, like Google, which is now finished, let's face it. ChatGPT sent Google out. But Google was where it first started. All your friends, that you needed people for advice, and then suddenly all your advice is your phone. You didn't need those. Remember, you had the one legal friend. You didn't need Google legal advice. He would tell you, give you the worst legal advice, but he said it with such confidence that you kind of went along and you'd be like, yeah, you can park there. Don't even worry about that. Like, I got told, now you sued them. They can't tell you. Medical advice, you didn't go to MayoClinic.com. You had one friend whose sister was a receptionist for some doctor. You just described the symptoms to him, then he would describe to her. then she'd tell him what you should get from the drugstore over the counter, and he'd tell it back to you. And there was no sport. You had one friend that knew everything about sports, and would just stand there with his hands under his arms like that. And the Jets is waiting. No, not this year. But 2 years away. That was basically all sports information right there. And now you've got, like I said, it's become, now it's like when robots come in, they're going to be your phone, basically, a walking phone with all your information. So you can't be that nasty to them. Because they can put all your shit out in the street too, you know what I mean? If your phone could walk, you wouldn't like it. If your phone could walk and talk, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.